By 1948, two governments claimed to represent all of Korea. In the north, Kim Il-sung established a communist state. In the south, Syngman Rhee led a pro-Western republic. June 25, 1950. Before sunrise, the silence across the Korean peninsula was shattered. What began as an invasion would soon draw in the world's greatest powers and bring millions into one of history's most devastating conflicts. The Korean conflict quickly became more than a civil war. It became the first major military confrontation of the Cold War. After World War II, before dawn on June 25, North Korean forces crossed the 30-day invasion of South Korea. By 1948, two governments claimed to represent all of Korea. In the north, Kim Il-sung established a communist regime. In the south, Syngman Rhee led a pro-Western republic. This division shaped the peninsula's future. Within days, Seoul fell. Families fled with only what they could carry. The United Nations approved military assistance for South Korea.
The United States will lead this effort. President Truman ordered American forces to defend South Korea under the United Nations command.
By August 1950, South Korean The defenders refused to retreat. Every hill became a battlefield.
Hold the line! No retreat! Artillery incoming! Take cover! Return fire! Hold this position! For our brothers! Fight on!
General MacArthur's plan. We will land at Inchon. It is a bold stroke, but it will succeed. We will strike deep and cut their supply lines. The Battle of Inchon begins.
On September 15, 1950, Allied forces launched a daring amphibious assault at Inchon. Under heavy fire, troops stormed the beaches, pushing inland to retake the city. The operation turned the tide of the Korean War. Seoul is retaken. Street fighting continues as civilians return. The city begins to rebuild.
Retreat! Move north now! Keep formation! Don't stop! We have to go faster! Tanks, cover the flanks! Cross the 38! Move north! Keep formation! Push forward! Eyes sharp! Enemy ahead! Advance! No stopping!前进！为了祖国！中国人民志愿军抗美援朝，保家卫国，打过鸭绿江。
The surprise offensive. Massive nighttime attacks. Bugles echoing through mountains.
Move! Keep moving! It's freezing! Frostbite will get you. Push on. Rifles are jammed. Ice everywhere. Clear it. Be tacked, fight the cold first. Don't.
The withdrawal from North Korea became one of the most difficult operations of the war. Soldiers faced constant attacks while enduring bitter winter conditions. Every mile towards safety required determination, discipline, and sacrifice. China's entry into the conflict dramatically changed the battlefield. Large numbers of Chinese forces pushed south, forcing UN troops to reconsider their strategy. For the second time, Seoul fell. Families who had only recently returned found themselves fleeing once again. After regrouping, United Nations forces launched a counter-offensive, gradually pushing north and reclaiming lost ground. Months of rapid advances ended. The front lines stabilized near the 38th parallel, where neither side could gain a decisive advantage. Control of small hills often required enormous sacrifice. Battles were fought repeatedly over the same positions. Between battles, soldiers endured exhaustion, freezing temperatures, and constant uncertainty.
This wall needs more support. I'll get the beams. You watch for movement. Right, stay sharp.
Above the battlefield, a new era had arrived. Jet aircraft competed for control of the skies, changing modern combat forever. Warships supported operations along Korea's coastline, providing air support and logistical assistance. For millions of civilians, survival became the greatest battle of all. Medical teams worked tirelessly to save lives under extremely difficult conditions.
Hold him steady. I need to stop this bleeding.
Yes, doctor.
While fighting continued, negotiations for peace quietly began. Peace proved difficult. Negotiations continued for nearly 2 years.
Even as diplomats negotiated, soldiers continued fighting. We must press for an armistice. The enemy is not yielding, sir. The battlefield remained active despite ongoing peace discussions. Then we continue. We must secure this ridge before the armistice. The enemy is reinforcing. We need more armor. The final push is now.
The final months of the war remained intense as each side attempted to improve its position before peace. On July 27, 1953, an armistice agreement ended the fighting. However, it was not a formal peace treaty. A 4-kilometer-wide demilitarized zone separated North and South Korea, becoming one of the world's most heavily guarded borders. The greatest tragedy was not only the destruction of cities, but families separated for generations. Many families were unable to reunite after the war. Millions of soldiers and civilians lost their lives or were displaced. The scars of war remained long after the guns fell silent. Across many nations, those who served are remembered for their courage and sacrifice. Over the following decades, South Korea rebuilt itself into one of the world's leading economies. North Korea followed a different path, remaining politically and economically separate from much of the world. Although active combat ended in 1953, the Korean peninsula remains divided. The armistice ended the fighting, but no formal peace treaty has ever been signed. The Korea War is often called the Forgotten War, yet its impact continues to shape the world today. It transformed international alliances, influenced global military strategy, and left a divided peninsula whose story is still unfolding. The greatest lesson is that while wars may end on the battlefield, their consequences can last for generations.